Alrighty, town run number 4 for the week, I can't remember. Anyway, welcome to the episode. It's a different type of video today. Haven't done one like this before with commentary while I'm riding, but in the middle of this pandemic we can't travel, very restricted around the island, need travel passes, and so it's hard for me to make a variety of content. So obviously, if you've been watching my videos, you know that we've been constructing stuff for more than 18 months now, and that's pretty much all I can really video at the moment without getting carried away. So I thought, for something different, because I do this run to town every week, maybe 3 or 4 times, I thought maybe some of you might be interested in listening to me blab on for 15 minutes on the 8-kilometre run into town. So as you can see, the roads around here are not exactly paved highways. Some of it is, but not much, you'll see. And I think the best machine for the job here for us is a dirt bike. This is a Honda CRF-150. Quite a small ball compared with what we ride in Australia. I grew up on a farm in Australia and got my first dirt bike when I was, how old was I, 12, 13, something like that. And this is my 4th or 5th dirt bike. So I've been riding I'm 46, so I've been riding for over 30 years. Very comfortable on the dirt bikes, and a great tool for the job here, looking after the family, especially during the wet season. As you can see, lots of water around. We've had a lot of rain this month. It is September, which is right in the middle of the wet season. This little bit's challenging. Let's just focus on this, get the wheel in the right spot. Good fun. So yeah, I've been riding a long time and I love dirt bikes, and I'm absolutely blessed to be able to ride a modern fuel-injected dirt bike on these roads that are, as you can see, not suitable for all vehicles. I've got this one geared right down, so whereas the top speed out of the box for this is probably about 105 kilometers an hour, maybe a little bit more. I've got this geared down so top speed's now only 70, because that's all I really need around here. So it's probably got the pickup of a 250 but the top speed of, I don't know, Usain Bolt. It's pretty slow, but I don't need it to be fast around here, as you can see. Speaking of speed, if you look at the speedo, that's out by 20%, 22% to be exact, but if I'm doing 50 indicated, that's actually 40 kilometers an hour across the ground, so that's, don't believe that speedo, it's not that accurate. The other thing that will make this look a little bit faster than it actually is the wide angle lens on this camera I'm using. Will make things appear to be whizzing past faster than they actually are, so don't think that I'm trying to set world land speed records or anything. It just might look like that's not quite accurate. Anyway, having said that, when I'm out here on these sections that have got no population, limited traffic, so long as I can stop in the distance I can see, I'm comfortable having a bit of a spirited ride. But as soon as I get near any homes, like there's a house here on the left, you can't see, it's off camera. Wait, rock. Always respectful of the locals, always respectful of the fact that the road is used by not just vehicles, but also it's effectively a footpath for people to get around. So we need to just be mindful and respectful, especially as I'm a guest in this country. Wonderfully well received, beautiful people, but I need to show respect. Now this section is one of the worst, and the bike will move around in here, try and find a line that's not going to get too soggy. I tend to go for the deeper ones because I can't go any lower than the lowest point. Obviously we can't. Okay, pretty much through it. Try not to go for a swim in the rice field. Okay, now we can open the bike up. It's a bit of a straight section. No people around. See everything that's around. And you'll see indicated coming up to 90, which is about 70. And just get everything nice and warmed up on the engine. Another dirt section. Beautiful day today. A little bit of rain last night. Like I said earlier, a lot of rain this month, but not a lot of standing water. There's a little bit. Super friendly locals. So lucky to live here. And I mean, these roads, as a dirt biker, having ridden a lot, I've done 25,000 kilometres around this island in 3 years. That's basically the same as riding the entire circumference of Australia on the coastline. Never had an issue. This beautiful bike's looked after me when I've made stupid mistakes, which happens. Not dropped her. I've done 8,000 kilometres on this one, and maybe a bit more now, I don't know. But yeah, fantastic machine. As I said in my review, the Wizards of Honda, they got this one right. Great brakes, great suspension, superbly smooth engine. A couple of local lads. Hey boys.
Hey, what's up?
Hey! Yeah, they're good kids. But again, through this little village, we're going to keep the speeds right down. I can stop this machine from 30 kilometres an hour, which this isn't quite, but from 30 kilometres an hour. I've done tests on all surfaces, including wet and loose surfaces, except for like sloppy mud. I can stop in 2 bike lengths, so basically I can stop by there. So at this, there you go, at about that speed, 36, 37, which is about 30 true pussycat, I can stop within about 10 feet, which is important because on these roads you just don't know. Dogs, cats, chickens, goats, and most scary is kids. I actually had a kid step out in front of me on this corner last year. No problems, but spooky, so we'll just keep it slow and respectful. Oh, there's the digger. Cool. We had a very heavy rain event about 3 weeks ago, I think. We had 6 landslides on this road. Hey, buddy. And seeing that digger there means that they've obviously opened the road up. So you'll see later where they've cleared it, but it was impassable to cars up until maybe today, because that digger being there means that it's come from Santa Fe. Okay, this is the second section we can open it up on. There's only 3 sections where we can open it up. This is the second one. Dog. No factor. Now let's open her up. Sand on the road. And let's bleed it off. Yeah, there's where the diggers work, so this is going to be potentially slippery. Just take it easy. And this is coming up to the local elementary school. Agmatic Elementary. Some of my friends' children's go there. Did I say children's? I made up a word. Nice and respectful past the houses and the school. Okay. And this is the third section. I can open it up, not this bit, but when we get out of these trees. God, so beautiful here. Amazing. It's easily the best dirt bike riding I've ever done. So varied. We've got the hills in the middle of the island, the coast roads. Beautiful. Alright. No one around, no traffic, no people. Open it up a bit. It's a shorter run here. And it's pretty much top speed. Slow down for this section. Coming up to a little sari store, which is like a roadside milk bar. I guess in Australia we call them milk bars. It's a little convenience store, just sells basic essentials, but you can see it there, a few people around. And that is the end. We're about halfway now. That is the end of the lower sections that are sort of at sea level. This next half into Santa Fe Township, which is where I'm going for shopping today, is all mountainous. Well, mountainous by mountainous I mean it's hilly, it's up and down. A lot more paved sections. Bit of a bump here. God, the suspension on this is so good. And again, we're coming through a few little houses, and we'll just keep it nice and slow. It's a bit warmer today. Had some cooler days of late, but it's definitely north of 30 degrees Celsius today. I apologise to my American friends. I am not familiar with the Fahrenheit scale or the conversions. I think that's in the 80s. Alright, now we've got some windy sections where we've really got to watch out for these blind corners for traffic, oncoming traffic, and also obviously the digger's been through here. Yeah, you can see the digger scraped the road today, or recently, so this could have any kind of effect on the bike, so just be ready to put feet down, keep the feet down in the corners just in case the front goes, a way to lift the bike back up. Beautiful, road's nice and clean. There's a lot of landslides. You can see they've moved the dirt across. Good to see the road clear. My friends from Pilly Beach Resort, shout out to Jan and Lizelle. They'll be able to get their car into town. And shout out to my mate Andy from Pilly Divers at Pilly Beach Resort. If you're ever on Tablas Island, I do recommend, thank you sir, I do recommend that you get down to the southern end of the island. It's beautiful diving, beautiful beaches, great food and hospitality at Pilly Beach. Good friends of ours too. So, shameless, blatant plug. Alright, we're just coming up to another village here, so I'm just going to slow down in a sec. There's a few saris, a little basketball court and the like, so alright, let's roll off speed. A few people around. It's a local basketball court for this village. This is actually the first time I've tested this rig out. I've got a chest mount for my smartphone, which is all I use for my vlogs. Film and edit all on the smartphone. Great bits of kit these days. And got a nice lapel microphone. Okay, all good. To pick up the sound inside the helmet. Hopefully this works. I haven't really tested it extensively, so if you're listening to this on YouTube, watching this on YouTube, obviously it worked. Again, a lot of blind corners. Oh, whippersnipper. Wouldn't want to get clocked by that. Strange times, huh? I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world during these testing times of the pandemic. So controversial to vaccinate or not to vaccinate. No travel or limited travel. Nearly 50 years old, I never would have thought I'd see something like this. Alright, let's get up this hill. Foot down, make sure we don't lose the front end. Lots of landslides through here in the last few weeks. Obviously the diggers cleared it out, which is fantastic. Another little house, just go slow. You can see on the right there, that's what they call palai, which is the harvested rice drying in the sun. Once that's dry, they then put it through a machine that tears the husk off, and then you're left with what they call bigas. Oh, you get a car through here now. Yeah, that's all right. Left with what they call bigas, which in English we only have one word for it: rice, rice, and rice. Rice off the. There's the rice fields down there. Rice off the fields is called rice. Rice without the husk is called rice, and rice after it's cooked it's called rice. Here in the Philippines they have 3 different names for it. Palay when it comes off and it's brown with the husk on, and then husk off it's bigas. Then once you cook it, it's called kanin. Kain, eat rice, which they do every day. Staple diet. Obviously Southeast Asia is predominantly, Southeast Asians predominantly get their carbohydrates from rice. These sections are spooky because you've got mud on concrete, which is the worst combination. Just keep that foot down, make sure we can pick it up. So we've got a couple of corners before we get our first glimpse of Santa Fe Township. It's not a big town. You ride one end to the other in about 60 seconds, maybe 2 minutes. But I have to come here all the time. We also have to come here if we want to travel past to go any further north. You can't go past the military checkpoints or the police checkpoints, sometimes both. Okay, here was a big slide, super scary. When this came down, there was a big tree across and I had to go right out here. I thought I was going to go off the edge there for a bit, clip the pannier on the log. Anyway, different story. Running a set of panniers on the back of this dirt bike, which can hold a remarkable amount of groceries and hardware, and a top box on the back as well. So I've got 3 storage compartments, and I can throw in a backpack if I'm really going to be loading up. Okay, I can see Santa Fe Township. It's over there. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. It's a long way, and it's a wide angle lens. So another landslide was through there, and a big one just last week actually. This one came down and blocked the road, which is a surprise to me. Oh, we're nearly there. There's a goat. Don't run on the road, please. And super slow through this little fishing village. Hey kids. Okay, last little section, and then we're in town. Will conclude this video. I don't know whether I'm going to be happy or sad when they pave the road all the way to our place. I love this road at the moment. With a machine like this, it's practical and it's also a lot of fun. And we are now in Santa Fe Township on Tablas Island in the beautiful Philippines. During that rain event I mentioned earlier with the landslides, that actually built up so much water on this side of the road with the sea on that side, it washed this whole section out. There was just no road here, it was gone. So they filled it in with that digger, but it's now another little challenging bit. So we get through this and that. Okay, done. Is the last of the mud. Into the township. First thing we come to here is the wet market, locally known as a palenque, on the left, where you can get meat, vegetables, basic groceries. That's what's in there. But today I need to pick up some hardware, I need to pick up some meds, and I need to do some grocery shopping. So first port of call. This is the old palenque. It's now a shortcut, which is kind of handy. We'll go to the grocery store. I'd call it a supermarket, but I think that's being a little bit, watch the head, a little bit generous. I guess it kind of is a supermarket, but not like we know in Australia or elsewhere. We've got the local church on the left, and then the main road through town is here. We'll turn right here. And we're coming up to the government offices and the local basketball court that's all covered. You can see it there, there's a local government office. And then here we go with the, what we would call in Australia, the Shire Hall or the Council building. Here it's called the Municipality Hall on the right there. That's where you get your travel passes. We've got some sort of banking type outlets on the left there. Another government office and the police. And this is our final destination, which is the local supermarket. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have enjoyed this episode, please click on the like button, and hitting subscribe will help you find future videos that I post. In the meantime, hope you and your family are safe, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye.